small towns to big cities and everywhere in between. We're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
And here we are. Welcome back to our show. I'm Ernie Anastas. So great to have you on the program that believes that anything is possible, especially when we can try something together. All right, I'm going to start right now by asking, what kind of a mood are you in? Maybe it's happy, maybe romantic. Well, you could really enjoy that feeling by surprising someone, going out for a nice romantic dinner, buy some flowers, and celebrate love. Oh, I love that. You see, moods are a natural part of our emotional rhythm. Even the food we eat can make a difference. And my first guest knows all about this, has some terrific news for us. She's an outstanding women's health and wellness writer and former editor-in-chief of Shape magazine. She now runs her own health media company. Let's say hi to Valerie Latona. Hi, Valerie. How are you?
Hi, Ernie. It's so great to be here today. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Let's talk about mood food, and you know all about that. We were just talking about getting in the mood. How does this work?
Yes. So, Ernie, we've heard the saying that you are what you eat. We also know that what you eat can affect your mood. And we've found that the healthier food that you eat, so fruits and vegetables and fish and lean proteins, over processed foods, meaning we shun the processed foods, can make us happier and more positive overall. And Ernie, it's an amazing thing. We forget that the food that we eat can dramatically affect how we feel every day.
Yeah, it can make a big difference. And, we hear a lot about, dark chocolate, which I happen to like. And then there's fatty fish and things like that. Run it down for us, Valerie. Go ahead.
Okay, so what's happening is the digestive system, which is also called our gut, right, has a direct link to our brain. I call it like a telephone line between your gut and your brain. It's actually called the gut-brain axis, which is a very scientific term. But what that means is when our digestive system is in balance, we're in a better mood overall. We're happier, we're more positive, we're more hopeful, we're more joyful. And so we also have this balance of good and bad bacteria. People think, oh, there's bacteria in my digestive system. Yes, we actually need this bacteria to digest our food and get the nutrients that we need. Well, it turns out that when you eat more junk food, French fries, soda, candy, not dark chocolate, right? Not dark chocolate, which you love.
I understand.
That it feeds this bad bacteria, which then tells the brain that there's an imbalance, and it makes us moodier, more depressed, angrier, more anxious, and that's what we don't want, right? So there's simple things, though, that we can do that you do. You talk about dark chocolate and other things that you like. There's simple things we all can do every day to be in a better mood. So number one, so you want to limit the processed foods. We know that, but that doesn't mean, Ernie, you can never have French fries or a slice of pizza every once in a while. You want to make those a treat rather than an everyday food. You also want to eat antioxidants. Like you said, dark chocolate is rich in antioxidants. These are healthy foods for your gut and for your body overall. And another simple thing is you want to add healthy bacteria back to your digestive system. An easy way to do this is through yogurt. If you eat yogurt every day, which everybody can have access to, it actually has that healthy bacteria which can make your gut more in balance. Right. And if you don't like dairy, I know a lot of people today don't eat dairy, you can also get a supplement called a probiotic, which is over the counter, and you can take that every day to feed that good bacteria. Fruits and vegetables. We've all heard fruits and vegetables are important, right? But they're important because they help feed good bacteria in your digestive system, which keeps you happy and joyful and more hopeful and more positive overall. So good prebiotic foods, or these foods, are bananas and apples. Those are easy to add to your diet, and also fruits and vegetables overall. So
it's a lot of good information that we need.
Right.
And so much of it too, Valerie, is what we would call common sense. When you're eating, bad food. And it's nice when you can eat healthier. And you've seen the difference with your work. I mean, you've seen this really work. So I'm very proud of
Absolutely.
what you're doing, and I'm happy that you're sharing it with our audience. I love to ask people, on the fly right now, what's great about America? And I'm going to ask you that question. What do you think, with all the things that are going on, what do you think is really great about our country?
I love the fact that you can get beaches and lakes and mountains and deserts and great cities, and you can get outdoors and enjoy all these things in one great, amazing country. That's what I love about America.
I love that. That's a great answer. And you know what? We're getting a lot of nice positive feedback from people who really need to hear that. That's what our program is, I mean,
Yes.
Hearing about the good things that are going on, and you've shared some really good information with us today. Thank you so much, Valerie Latona, for being with us. Have a good one.
Thank you for having me, Ernie.
Coming up, the man who redefined the meaning of dawn, an American music icon, joins us right after the break. Keep it here. We're coming right back. Welcome back to Positively America. Bernie Anastas right here, and I think that you're going to be really happy you watched our program today. We're in for a special treat. Oh yeah, if an artist's music could ever be described as the soundtrack for a generation, it may be my next guest. Everyone around the globe knows the words to his song without even thinking about it. Let's welcome the one and only, can you think of the song? I can, it's in my head. Here's Tony Orlando. Oh, how nice is this?
Ernie, thank you for having me. Are you kidding? I've been waiting for this.
Tony, and I've been waiting for this too. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Ernie.
You've had so much success. I mean, I could go on and on with all your hits, but Tie a Yellow Ribbon from 1973 set the standard. Did you realize just how big that song would become huge?
Now, I'll tell you what's really great about that song right now. Just right now as we speak, Ernie. Last night I got off the phone with my friends, the POWs in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. That song was recorded in 1973. The first time I ever sang the song on any stage was to welcome home our POWs from Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos with Bob Hope at the Cotton Bowl. I have reunion with them every single year since that. That's 50 straight years. This coming 2023, we will be having our 50th anniversary of their homecoming at the Nixon Library in California. And they've asked me to host that. And let me tell you, that's quite an honor.
That is a huge honor. Tony, you have done so much for our veterans in this country over the years, the MDA telethon, so on. I mean, you give back so much.
I don't think success can be enjoyed without giving back. I think if you take success and make it selfish, it's not worth a damn thing. I think if you take your success and raise money for charities such as muscular dystrophy. Look, I've raised since Yellow Ribbon. They tell me, I don't know how accurate this is, Ernie, but somewhere between $150 and $200 million on behalf of veterans since 1970.
Wow.
When I was in Branson, Missouri, 25 years we did free shows, raised as much money as possible.
Wow.
The show was opened in 1993. That's 10 years before Wounded Warriors. That's 2 years after Desert Storm.
Wow.
In a peacetime event, we, without a question of a doubt, had a chance to raise so much money and create such an awareness for veterans just because of that song.
Yeah.
It's amazing, really.
Yeah, and I like that attitude, my friend, because it's so important for us to have hope and optimism. And speaking of that, what keeps you going after all this time? What keeps you upbeat, positive? What is it?
Well, first of all, I have a great family. I have a beautiful wife. I have great children. My daughter Jenny was working with you on this Zoomcast with you on your podcast. She's an amazing girl. My son John has podcast studios in Vegas, by the way. It's called Sticky Paws Studios, where he has, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 podcasts coming out of that studio every day. So my wife, we're married 33 years. And really, it's like, Ray Charles once told me, Ernie, simplicity is genius. Not just in songwriting,
right,
but in life. And if you just keep it simple and not try to just, screw it up with all kinds of negative thoughts, I think life treats you a lot better.
Yeah, well, obviously it works for you, Tony, and for a lot of other people. We've covered so much ground here today, but if there was a final message you could leave with us, what would it be? Something that you really feel good about?
is don't remove God from our country. Keep God in our hearts and spirits. Whatever your religion is, keep that flame of believing that God is going to be there for us. You know, if you remove Him, you have nothing. There is no hope. So I'm a religious kind of heart guy. And I really believe that the moment you remove God from schools, you remove God from families, you remove a guy from saying prayers on a football field. If you remove those things from a country, you're removing the very soul of a country. And when you remove that and Him from this country, beware, because you're open for anything that comes your way. But if you have Him in your heart, and as part of your country, as our founding fathers did, the truth of the matter is, there's a protection that's supernatural. That's just my opinion.
All right, let's wrap it up with a little tie a yellow ribbon, Tony. Let me hear you sing it. Come on, let me hear it.
So here we go. We'll tie a yellow round the old oak tree. It's been 3 long years. Do you still want me?
I love that so much. Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless you.
We'll tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
And we're back with more Positively America. I'm Ernie Anastas. You know, it's no surprise that we've known it for a long time that not only do our pets become part of our families, but they also help us to live longer and healthier lives. My next guest has 20 years of veterinary experience working with pets and their loving owners. She spent nearly 10 years as an emergency veterinarian, then served as chief medical officer at AAHA, that's the American Animal Association. And so happy to see Dr. Heather Loenser joining us on our show. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you.
Oh, I'm so great, Ernie. So nice to see you.
You know, we've talked many times about this subject, and it's a wonderful thing for families to hear about. We live longer, we live healthier. I mean, having a pet is just such a blessing, isn't it, Heather?
It really, really is. And science is helping us understand why that is, especially around the areas of mental health. I think it's fascinating that owning a pet actually changes our hormone levels. It increases our oxytocin, which is a love hormone, decreases cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and decreases epinephrine, which is the hormone that shows up when we're in fight or flight, in extreme stress. And all of those together do improve our health long term.
Well, you know, I mean, this is what you do. I mean, this is your life. You're always working with pets, and, you know, families and so forth. But, you know, there's such a broad subject here because they use pets, you know, in hospitals and other places for therapy. And that really makes a big difference to a lot of people, doesn't it?
It really does. And intuitively, it makes sense that seeing a dog or a cat when you're in a stressful situation just makes you feel more cozy and at home. But in long-term care facilities, there's data that shows that it actually lowers depression rates, increases interactions between patients. They smile more. They're more sociable. They're more helpful, and it can actually benefit anyone that's in conventional therapy. And there was one study done that showed that when 460 patients recovering from a heart attack, having pets around decreases depression, which can be linked obviously to mortality.
You know, I mean, you hear these stories and, you know, you just want to go out and get yourself a pet if you don't already have one. It's great. Talk to me a little bit about children, you know, on the autism spectrum, because that helps them a lot, and a lot of other children as well. This is very important, Heather.
It really is. Children that have autism can sometimes have difficulty in social situations, but animals don't judge, and animals connect at a deeper, almost visceral level. So children on the spectrum can benefit by having animals, and even therapy animals, to increase their social functioning, their social awareness, interaction, and motivation. And then it can just be, frankly, it can be a bridge. You know, when you come to a playground and you have a dog with you, people come up to you. And for anyone struggling with loneliness or social anxiety, it's a great almost social lubricant.
No, it's a wonderful thing. I like the way you put that. You know, and the thing is, we're just talking about children, but it also impacts all ages. You were talking about people who are in healthcare facilities, children, families. So it really is such a broad spectrum of how they can really help us all. And I love the information that you're giving us. Yeah.
Well, a lot of this has been obtained by the Human Animal Bond Research Institute, or HABRI, and their whole goal is to get the word out from a scientific standpoint on the benefits of pets. So anyone interested in learning more about the true data behind this can go to HABRI, HABRI.org. It's one of my favorite websites to kind of nerd out on all the benefits of pet ownership.
Say that one again. Repeat it. I like to hear that.
Sure. HABRI, HABRI, or the Human Animal Bond Research Institute. There's actual people that study all of this.
Okay, and we were talking about, how it helps us, through depression or anxiety and so forth. But even if you're not having those problems, all right, even if you're not having that problem, you still can get the benefit of having this pet as a friend, as a companion, right?
Absolutely. And it gets you out of the house, gives you a sense of purpose. Like, I have to get out to go walk the dog. My dog is at my feet right now. So I have a buddy with me when I'm working. And it can get people out and connecting with neighbors. Again, the whole having an animal as a social lubricant to make someone feel more comfortable talking to another person is something that I think we recognize but don't really dive into. And loneliness, if we learned anything in the epidemic, is the importance of really combating loneliness, and having a pet can really help with that.
You bet. Social lubricant. I love that very much. Good stuff. Dr. Heather, we enjoy having you with us. I've had a few pets, as you know, and I love them. I look forward to talking to you again. Thank you so much for joining us. You're always a pleasure to have on the program, okay?
Take care and be well and love on those animals, everybody.
Bye-bye. All right. After a short break, Billy Floyd is asking America what's really hard to say no to. Your kids, your loved ones, maybe something else. What do you think? Coming right back with some answers on Positively America.
Welcome back to Positively America. I'm Billy Floyd. Today, we're asking America, do you believe in love at first sight?
No.
Ooh, no. How come?
I feel like you have to get to know the person to really love them. You can be attracted at first sight for sure.
So interested at first sight?
Yeah, I would agree with that, but definitely not love.
Yes.
We have one yes. How about you?
No.
One yes, one no.
No, I believe in Tinder.
In Tinder. Okay, hot take. Here we go. What do we got right here?
No.
No. Everybody's saying no. What about you?
No.
No love at first sight. Just Tinder, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You've experienced that before?
Yes.
All right, we have one. How about here?
No,
Ooh,
I don't.
One yes, one no. Tie goes to?
No.
No.
Absolutely. I think love at first sight is definitely in existence. I've definitely had it happen before. I had it happen with my ex. Granted, things didn't work out the way I wanted them to, but it was definitely love at first sight. I saw her, I brought a rose, things were very romantic. She had kids, and I just liked that family-oriented atmosphere. So I definitely believe in love at first sight for sure.
Y'all just locked eyes and it was like, oh, it's on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love at first sight? Oh, it's the real deal. We'll see you next time on Positively America. I'm Billy Floyd.
Billy, we're having fun watching these answers. I love you out there on the street having fun. Keep it coming, all right? All right, let me take a minute right now to talk about this. Come on. Haven't we all said that millions of times? Yeah, time flies, especially when you're having fun, right? But it also moves quickly when you're busy, when you have a lot to do and not enough time. I guess we could say that it's just a fact of life, something that we just can't change. But hold on. There is something that we can do about this precious commodity. Yep, you guessed it. It's how we use it. All right, the key word here is control. Control, like, being the pilot of your own time. The first thing is to set up your priorities. What's really important? What really needs to be done? Where are you going? What really matters in your life? We know it's very easy to get sidetracked. That happens to us all the time. Now, I'm not suggesting that we get obsessed with it. You start worrying about it, becomes a real problem. Just become more aware of how you spend your time. As I said, set up the priorities. Make a list. What do I have to do? What's really important to me? Am I wasting my time or am I spending it wisely? Remember, you're the pilot. You have a good time filled with many happy landings. Thank you so much for watching us. Until next time, I'm Ernie Anastas. Stay positive, America.